Be a champ.
Time for us to go viral. Tom Brady took to Instagram to post the next car in his garage with Odell Beckham Jr. taking notice of the Aston Martin, commenting on Brady's picture. Waiting for mine too. Sheesh. Brady took the opportunity to get the trade target to New England. He wrote back to Odell, come to Foxborough for a test drive.
Oh, look at this. Brady doing a little recruiting, see?
No, no recruiting, man. I was following it on the gram because I follow them. Them is my guys and everything.
Yeah.
No, this is what happened. Tom Brady put it on there. Super Bowl MVP Edelman was like, yo, bro, where's my car? Then OBJ got into it. But Edelman was the one talking, and then we only put OBJ in.
And then Brady saw Edelman and OBJ juxtaposing against each other and said, one of these guys I would rather play with. Like, come on, OBJ, come on over to Foxborough. I
don't think Tom would rather play with OBJ than Edelman.
On Sundays he would. Maybe Monday through Saturday it would be a different story.
Man, him and Edelman got a bromance is really strong. I don't believe OBJ, he's cute, but I don't believe he can break them up.
I was just going to say, that is the best Tom Brady has looked in a very, very long time. He looks
Man, Tom Brady, I can't remember.
You're going to tell me that's
Since the combine photos, he hadn't had a bad day.
Well, I don't know. He looks
I am going to tell you that's Photoshop.
Well, whoever that guy was before the head.
How Photoshop
I actually
works. You think he and Odell were sitting in front of Gillette on the car? It happened yesterday.
Now it's time for the AT&T wake-up call. He looks good. Quarterback Case Keenum is on the move again. Washington has reportedly acquired Case Keenum from Denver, and that means they are out as a potential landing spot for Josh Rosen, something that was highly speculated. Nick, where do you see Rosen landing now?
If he is traded, if I were Miami, I would absolutely try to go after him. See, where's Rosen from? What's the city's name?
Something with a beach on the end of it.
Something with a beach on the end of it.
Yeah, he likes nice weather.
He played in UCLA, so Miami.
He's a former tennis player.
Right. A lot of these reasons why a warm weather city in Miami. Now, the AFC East, not a warm weather division, but you got half those games in Miami. Also, speaking of the AFC East, I said it earlier, if the market really falls out for Josh Rosen and the Pats could get him for one of their second or third round picks, I think him getting a redshirt year behind Brady would work. But those two teams I would peg him to if he actually is on the market.
If he's on the market, I'd love to see him go to New England. It's a perfect fit for him. If Josh McDaniels going to be the coach once Belichick decides to give it up, which I don't believe will be anytime soon, he fits into their system perfectly. Except it's cold up there, bro.
It is cold.
Yeah.
It is very cold in New England.
Last night, the Thunder beat the Blazers in overtime behind a strong night from Paul George and Russell Westbrook. They scored 32 and 37 points, respectively. Nick, what did you make of the Thunder's win last night?
It was an excellent game. If people didn't see it, I think there were 16 lead changes back and forth. Nobody ever had a double-digit lead. Goes to overtime. Russ was excellent. Dame Lillard on the other side was very good as well. But Russ continues this. Since the All-Star break, he's been spectacular. All of a sudden, his shot looks not broken anymore. Now, it's small sample size, but that's the version of Russell Westbrook the Thunder need moving forward.
What I thought about the game was the intensity. You don't see that kind of NBA intensity till you start coming down the stretch. I'm looking forward to the rest of the month of March and getting into the playoffs. But, man, you saw both teams playing like something was on the line. Great game last night in the NBA.
Top two teams in the West play tonight, Warriors and Nuggets. Warriors lead the Nuggets by just a game right now. Golden State coming off their worst home loss under Steve Kerr. Kerr said the team owes the fans a strong finish in the final home stretch of the regular season. All right, CC, what do you expect to see from Golden State tonight against Denver?
I expect them to turn it on, but I expected them to turn it on a couple days ago. But typically after a game like that, after a bad interview or the exchange that they had, Steve Kerr, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and the boys, they get it together. So this is the best two teams in the West right now from a record standpoint. Typically, Golden State likes to be able to send the message. Haven't done that much this year. I believe they would do that tonight.
And see, you've been on throughout the last couple months. I think it's a good point. What happened to the Warriors dominating home court advantage? They already have 9 home losses this year. This would be their first time getting to double-digit home losses in the Kerr era. So that's something to watch. And this game matters for them. Like, you win this game, you're in great position for the 1 seed. You lose it, you're not. Go ahead.
And Steve Kerr tried to give the team a message because he thought in this last year to make it special for the fans of Oracle.
Right.
It's been less than special with 9 home losses.
Because even though they're just moving across the bay, it'll be a totally different crowd when you're in Tech, San Francisco as opposed to Oakland.
On Wednesday, LeBron made history, securing 4th place on the NBA's all-time scoring list. He did it in a Lakers jersey. Hasn't exactly been the season LeBron anticipated when he joined the Lakers. Yes, he did pass Michael Jordan on his way up the prestigious list, but could he become the all-time leading scorer by passing Kobe, Karl Malone, and Kareem as well? Nick, what do you think? You think LeBron passes Kareem at some point?
So he's going to pass Kobe next year, and he'll pass Karl Malone a couple thousand points thereafter. It would be shocking if he doesn't get at least to number 2. It would take a career-ending injury for LeBron to not get to at least number 2. I would say passing Kareem is less of a sure thing now than it was going into the season. Because if you just did the math and say, okay, let's say LeBron's scoring goes down, but he averages just 24 points per game for his Lakers tenure and plays just 90% of the games, he would pass Kareem before the contract's up. He's in a position now because of the injury that he's 6,076 points behind him. At 25 points per game, that's 243 games. You have 3 more 80-game seasons. Like, okay, if he stays healthy, even if he doesn't, because you can average 25, then 27, then 25, 23 over the course
Somewhere
of it, then he'll do it before the end of his Lakers contract, right at the end of his Lakers contract. But one more injury, and it doesn't have to be a season ender, one more month of missed games, and he would not do it unless he signs another contract, whether with the Lakers or someone else. If he gets hurt one more time in the next 3 years, he would need an extra year extended on the back end of his career. And I don't know if he thought this was going to be his last contract or his second to last contract.
Do you think that's important to him, CC? Do you think that we talk about whether he's a scorer or a passer and the accolades and the accomplishments and all of it, do you think that the scoring title is important to him, the all-time?
I don't think it's as important to him because on his way there, like because to me what LeBron is about, it's about winning games. And if he can happen to do that by winning a lot of games, playing for championships, he would take it. But I don't believe it's a real goal for him. He couldn't believe he passed Michael Jordan to get to number 4. So if that's true, then he wouldn't be able to think that he can get to Kareem. It's one of those kind of things that, man, it's less than 1% of the NBA superstars are going to be able to play that consistent for that type of length based on Kareem, the type of athlete he was. Man, he was ahead of the curve as far as the technology, getting injured. Am I going to take my ankles, how to eat, how to train, yoga? Like Kareem was way ahead of the curve. So LeBron is a freak of nature, and he has incorporated all those things, the eating, the investing in his body, all those things you can do. But when you miss 18 to 20 games, it affects that ability. So, no, the most important thing to LeBron is winning another championship. It's not any other, passing to anyone, because it's not going to matter. If he doesn't win another championship in the pantheon of players, I don't believe he's going to go up or down with that being the best scorer. I don't believe that those are just numbers right now.
And I do not think LeBron has this number circled as this is one of my career goals. I'm sure he'd like to get there. And by the way, I think he will get there. I think he'll average more than 25 a game over the next couple years at least. And I don't think the one injury means he's now all of a sudden going to become an injury
It becomes harder if they add a young superstar.
Yeah.
If they add Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis should score 27 to 30 points.
And the lowest scoring of his career, other than his rookie year, were those Miami years when he had the most talent around him. But what I don't think LeBron would do is hang on an extra year just to go get this. Like, if he doesn't have it by the end of this Lakers
contract, make up some other excuse. I just want to play. I mean, just because most guys at the end, like, we're not seeing their best, but if they want to play, like, man, this guy's been so good, he should continue to play.
No, and I don't think that'd be an excuse. I think if he still wants to play,
well, it's not an excuse just saying I want to play.
Right, that's my point.
I mean, people will always say LeBron because if they're not competing for championships, they will say he's only out there trying to compile stats.
And I don't feel that way about Dirk right now. Like, I don't think Dirk's just, because Dirk can catch wilt, by the way, to move into the top 6 at the very end of the season. I think people look at Dirk and say he's not doing it because he wants to move up the scoring list. He's doing it because he wants to keep playing. I don't think LeBron will hold on an extra year for this. Maybe he holds on an extra couple years at the end just because he wants to keep playing.
Or to play with his son
anything like that. But I think passing Jordan, it was clear, was very important to him, became important to him. I don't think passing Kareem was one of the things I've got to do it. I think he will do it, but I don't think it's something that he had circled I have to do in my career.
All right, let's move on and talk some Kyler Murray. It was announced yesterday that Kyler will be participating in his Oklahoma Pro Day on March 13th. He'll run the 40-yard dash. He'll go through passing drills. He will also be remeasured and weighed again, perhaps a response to the recent bad press. CC, does Kyler have anything else to prove at this point?
Well, first tell me what are his accolades. Tell me what he's done in pro football.
Well, none of these.